Thank you everyone for being here. Welcome scholars. My name is Gonzales and I am the success advisor for students who attend schools out of state and who attend private schools here in California. And now I'll let my colleague introduce herself, Reyna.
Hey everybody, my name is Reyna and I studied at San Francisco State, but I'm the advisor for students going to Sonoma State or Sacramento State.
So we're here to talk about the importance of college resources. You should have received a resource sheet to fill out. The sheet will be very handy throughout your college journey and can save you time when you're reaching out to your college. We will now go over in detail the many services provided by these resources. Can you please give us a thumbs up emoji or a thumbs up virtually if you were able to fill it out? Thank you.
Nice, thanks y'all.
So we want to talk about financial aid and the difference between bursar and the registrar. So financial aid department supports you with the FAST application, the California Dream Act. They have resources to scholarships. They help you with making tuition payments. They have loan management counseling as well, and campus aid programs that you could go and research. And then we have the registrar's office, which is responsible for the maintenance and accountability and accuracy of all student records. These records include transcripts, registrations, adding, dropping classes, enrollment certifications, degree auditing, and building course schedules. The bursar's office is responsible for anything regarding accounts receivable. They handle all student payments, including tuition payments, billing balances, processing scholarships, etc. Yeah, let's go to the next one. Next, we have careers. So as a 10,000 degree scholar, you will have access to individualized career support from Gwen Snider, but we also encourage you to check out these career support resources on your campus. They have major and career advising for you. They have career assessments, which you can take to make sure you're in the right direction and you're in the field that you actually belong to or you are more interested in. They help you with resume writing support, cover letter writing, mock interviews, paid, unpaid volunteers, and internship opportunities. And they also have job boards. Personally, for me, I visited the Career Center a lot in my college days, just because there's many opportunities that they could guide you towards and help support you with that. Up next, we have academic counseling. So in academic counseling department, they have guidance for filling out appeals. They schedule or add or drop classes. They support you with learning disabilities. If that's, if you're bringing those special services from your school to your new school, they will follow you there. They help you with graduation requirements. They help you find and apply to local scholarships as well. I use counseling services a lot when I needed to change courses. Either they didn't fit my major or I just wasn't feeling it, right? It's important to go and talk to your counselor right away if you feel that the course you're in is just not for you. Up next, we have disability service. So disability service, they support you with accommodations, especially for those students who have disabilities. If you have an IEP or a 504 plan for support that's following you, they have access to interpreters, note takers or scribes to support you with that. Testing accommodations, longer test times, physical and learning disability support, tape recorders. If you need any of these services, they are available to you, and it's important that you go there and ask for them and make sure that they are giving you those services. Next, we have the Writing Center and the Writing Center and tutoring services. The Writing Center support is a support for all students. It is essential for the rigorous writing required in college. It is available to anyone. And for tutoring, you have access to tutors who are student assistants, who actually work with professors and know the download, right? They can give you all the information that you need in order for you to be successful. And there's also department-based tutoring as well that will support you based on your major and the department that you are in. Up next, we have the library. So the library has access to books, research tools, quiet space to work, group study rooms, a space to connect with others. There's tutoring there. You have the ability to use and rent computers if yours breaks down or somebody spills water on it, something like that. Trust me, it's gonna happen. Printing and copying, access to a knowledgeable librarian. I actually use the library a lot, especially now doing things virtually. You're going to have access to a librarian online. You can email and ask questions, and they will reply to you rather quickly. They're very available to you.
Alrighty, so now I want to talk a little bit about building community on campus. So I asked my colleagues within 10,000 Degrees, who are all mostly first-generation college students, just like you, how did you feel when you began college? And these were some of the responses that I got from our staff. So one person said, I felt alone by not having my family support, but I was also excited to move to a new city. Moving out on my own was both exciting and terrifying. I was excited to meet new people, but worried about academics. I was most excited about attending a new campus and most nervous about classes, being able to keep up with the workload and making friends. Someone else said, college was scary and I felt nervous and imposter syndrome kicked in. I worked hard and I was able to feel comfortable by my second semester. I was living at home, but I was still able to find independence. A lot of friends had moved away, but I became better at being alone and doing things for myself. So as you can see, it's really common and normal to have a huge range of emotions during this transition in your life. And we wanted to share our experiences with you to show you that if you're experiencing some of these feelings, it's okay and you're not alone. And in your first initial meetings with your new advisor, know that we'll give you that safe space to be able to talk through everything that you're feeling, whether it's excitement, fear, or anxiety. So now I'll speak a little bit about something that I'm super passionate about, campus clubs and organizations. So typically during the year, clubs and orgs host a number of private and public events, either on or off campus. Some hold weekly or monthly meetings, and they do a lot of organizing on the campus and within the community. But during this time of COVID, I know all of that can kind of seem up in the air right now, but know that a lot of orgs on your campus will still be active on Facebook groups, Instagram. A lot of them have their own websites, and they will still hold Zoom monthly. Cool. So first, I want to talk about the ethnic student unions. So pictured here is the SF State Black Student Union and the Latino Student Union at another school. Every campus has different unions divided up by ethnicity, so be sure to find your campus's chapter that applies to you for the chance to connect with others who come from a similar background or culture as you. But depending on the campus, they can all be called different things. Like at SF State, the Latino one is called La Raza, and at some other schools, there's a Chicanx student union, so they could all be different. I also want to talk about faith-based groups for those that are interested. If you want a place to safely pray on your campus and find community and like-minded people who share your faith with you, there's definitely potential for that. Here's the Muslim Student Association at SF State and the Christian students. I'll also talk about fraternities and sororities, which I'm sure a lot of you have already heard about. This is another common way to make friends and get involved in campus community. You have to typically apply and get accepted into each sorority or frat, and sometimes fees have to be paid to maintain your membership within the org, and those can run upward of $1,000 a semester, so be careful. And typically they're only single sex, so like only women or only men. And at some schools, everyone in the frat or sorority live together in the same housing complex. And a lot are engaged in philanthropic activities like volunteering, or they're themed around a certain career or major like business. Just be sure to not let frat and sorority activities interfere with focusing on academics. So I want to speak a little bit about associated students. So at a lot of campuses, there's associated students, which are services made by and for students. There's many well-paying campus job opportunities for students. And it includes the student government. So if you were that person who loved to, who wanted to run for president at your high school, treasurer, secretary, that kind of stuff, then this is for you. And they also provide a lot of resources for students, including cultural and social justice resources, like the LGBT Resource Center, a women's center, and education and equality. like the Legal Resource Center, Book Loan Center, Undocumented Student Center. Some campuses will provide childcare for those who may be parents, and a food pantry. But there's a lot more resources, so it's not limited just to this. Cool, so now we're gonna go into another breakout room and have the advisor share out and you, the scholars. So our question for the advisors is, how did you build community on your campus? And scholars, what clubs and organizations are you excited to get involved with on your campus? And we'll go into those breakout rooms in just a second here.
Welcome back, everyone. Please, reminder to keep your videos on.
Okay, I just want to quickly leave y'all with some food for thought. I found this tweet that really resonated with me. It says, some people aren't good at asking for help because they're so used to being the helper throughout their life. They've experienced an unbalanced give and take, so their instinct is usually, I'll figure it out on my own. The self-reliance is all they've ever known. And so in this new phase of your life, I want you to challenge this idea and know that not everything has to be on you all the time. And as first-gen college students, as immigrants, as low income, we often hold on to beliefs like this because it's what we had to do to survive. But we don't want you to just survive anymore. We want you to thrive and go out and prosper in the world. So that's why orgs like 10,000 Degrees are here for you. So please don't be afraid of recognizing when you need help and reaching out for it. So that was it for us. Thank you all so much. And here's my email if you want to specifically reach out to me.